Our first guest tonight is an Emmy-nominated comedian you know from her work on Saturday Night Live and movies like Ghostbusters and Coming to America. Her latest comedy special, Life Part 2, premieres Friday on Peacock. Please welcome to the show our very good friend, the one, the only, Leslie Jones, everybody.
I am so beautiful.
Yeah. That's good.
Ooh, damn, I look good.
Yeah. We always forget that if we have the monitor out, you just look at it the whole time.
Look at that. Damn.
My eyes are over here.
I know, but my eyes is over there.
This is, you know, I've seen you recently really dressed to the nines. And, you know, when I first met you...
I was a ghetto. I was just broke.
I would say you took... Yeah. I'm so glad you said all those things. But the last, in the run-up to the 50th here on the cover, look at that as well. You do fill out fine fashion very nicely. Are you enjoying your gown era?
Yes, I want to be a fashion icon. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
But you know, you gotta have money to do the icon thing. You know? But yes, I love clothes. I've always loved clothes. And I'm tall. When I moved here to New York, I realized that I wasn't the only tall woman in the world.
Right.
There's so many tall women out here in New York.
Yeah.
And they are dressed to the nines, so yes, I've always loved clothes.
That's right. All of a sudden, you could not use your height as an excuse. You realize, you know what?
I gotta get some clothes.
Yeah. Well, you have, and it's worked out great for all of us. Now look, this is a very special moment for me because I'm like, oh my God, look at all these icons I'm with. But then you really, you raised the stakes.
I'm an icon, thank you.
You're an icon.
No, how? No, seriously, explain icon to me.
How are you an icon?
Yes.
You're a one of one. But there's no one quite like Leslie Jones. You know. I think we've talked about this. You showed up at SNL, I think, later in life than most people do, and.
Oh, she was so old when she got here. Oh, she was old. We ain't never had nobody that old in the studio.
I feel like I had a misstep there in my "Why are you an icon?"
I'll ask someone else. Thanks.
Well, let me tell you, this is a moment with icons, right?
Thank you, baby.
So you got to have we were on that cover together, but then you got to do Black Jeopardy at the SNL 50th with Tracy. And then, come on, Eddie Murphy. I mean, that is like the definition of icon.
I could not stop laughing. And you know I always break. I always get in trouble and break. And when Eddie started imitating Tracy...
Yeah.
My favorite line was when he said, I was conceived on the set of Claudine. I said, that's exactly what Tracy would have said. And then with Tracy wasn't reacting to Eddie at all. He wasn't laughing.
It was amazing.
It was so good. So when they got to him, he was like, I don't see it. Oh. I mean, it was surreal, you guys, like out-of-body experience to be on the stage with Chris Rock and Keenan and Eddie Murphy and Tracy Morgan. And then Tom Hanks just swanders on
walks on in.
You know, it's just insane. All these people I used to watch on TV, and I used to be like, oh, I'm going to talk to them one day, you know?
Now, you're not too good, and you haven't gotten sort of too big to not still shop for your own...
I'm not too good.
No, hold on. Again, I'm really...
I'm very good.
You're very good.
And whatever
I was saying,
you're
not... You actually still go out and buy your own television. Like, you don't send... You're you know what I mean? You're...
Because you can't just order a TV. You gotta go see the TV in the store.
So you went... You post...
That's like a bed. Nobody else can buy you a bed.
100%.
So a TV, yeah.
So you brought Keenan with you.
Keenan is an expert.
Yeah.
Even though I ain't listening to nothing he said.
Yeah. Well, that is, I think, a real. That's maybe why you're an icon. You love to be around experts and ignore everything they say. You're in a way that's iconic. In a way that's iconic. Well, now, but where
That was the best description of me.
But you went to a Best Buy, or am I correct?
We literally went to a Best Buy. I think it's on 86.
Okay.
Because it's not far from my house. So we went over there, and I know people were losing it.
Well, it's
we
you
just
and
walked in there.
Keenan.
Yeah, we just walked in there, like, yeah, we want to buy a TV, and everybody's like, the guy. Oh, let me say hello. I don't remember what his name was, but you were so good. But I felt bad for him because he goes, we was just talking about you. They asked me, who would I marry? And I said, Leslie Jones. I've always had a crush on you. And I was like, boy, you are 19. Get your ass. If you don't get over there and get that damn box and put it in the car.
It's like the start of a bad rom-com.
Just terrible.
Yes.
I am 70 years older than you.
All right, I gotta ask you about your new special. We'll be right back with more from Leslie Jones.
Everybody need to go to therapy. Everybody need to go to therapy. Everybody need to go to therapy. Need to go. Everybody. You think I ain't been to a therapist? I've been to 3 therapists. My first therapist, she just quit. Like, she quit. Like, I heard she got a boat in Guam. I don't know. Like, she ain't answering my texts. Second one became a stripper. She said, she just drove me to evil, you know? The third one is hanging in there, but if she write a book, I'm gonna have to kill that bitch.
Welcome back, everybody. We're there with Leslie Jones. That was a clip from her new Peacock special, Life Part 2.
Oh, my God.
This is a great title, Life Part 2, but how did you land on it?
Because it is the second part of my life. And it's the part that, the first part got me ready for the second part, prepared me, seeds. I feel like I'm in a harvesting period of my life now. All those seeds and everything I planted is now coming out. So, and then too, in my second part of life, I don't care about bullshit as much. And it's just, I want to be pretty and I want to be happy and I want to, you know, I want to make people happy. And that happened because I went to therapy.
Therapy is very, it does unlock the ability to talk about your personal life maybe in a way you wouldn't have before.
You need to understand it like this. I always say this analogy. You cannot do your own oil change, okay? You have to have a professional go in there, take the pan out, clean it out, put the strip around it, stick it in the right place. You have been doing it yourself and you ain't been doing it right.
All right.
Go to a professional that's gonna help you clean your life.
You talk a lot about your personal life. You talk a lot about trying to find a soulmate. Is that stuff you enjoy working out on stage? I
love it because it's just like, it's like kind of like therapy or whatever. I started going to therapy because I accidentally ended up on animal porn.
Okay.
That's a whole nother.
Gotcha. You accidentally ended up just seeing it on your computer?
Yes.
And did you end up in therapy because the court told you had to go?
No, I just started realizing that it's not about the elephants.
Yeah. We talked about when you wrote your memoir, you did not you pushed back on your editors.
Yes.
Because they were experts that you didn't listen to.
Right.
And it grew in length. And then also when you did your audiobook, which I highly recommend, you read a different book.
I didn't read no book at all. How you gonna hand me my life and then tell me to read it? No.
Well, now you do leave out the important thing that you did write it in the first place. But you just, when it came time to do your audiobook, you had sort of were like, I'm gonna tell it a different way.
Because I like reading is so boring.
Yeah.
Okay, let me take that back. Okay. Reading is not boring, but if I've already took 2 years to write this book, I know everything in it. And then when I'm reading it, you have to make it nice, you know? And I'm like, this is not telling that one part or this not. And I just asked him, I said, hey, I know these stories. Can we just follow them? And then I just talk about it, and they were like, let's try it. And then after the first hour, they was like, this is the best thing I've ever heard. So, yeah. So.
But it's a fascinating thing because I think a lot of people sometimes maybe go back and forth. They like read the book a little bit, then they listen when they're driving.
Yeah, you have to have both.
Yeah.
You have to have both.
Yours is very different.
Yes. Now, I always say people get the audio first because the audio has way more of the stories, and then get the book.
Yeah. That's exciting.
For the book people who are selling it.
Yeah. By the way, that means the world to them that you're marketing it like that. The extra effort you're putting in. Do you think they were ever like during the recording being like, hey, why do we think she didn't just write this? This is different though because especially you kind of I think a lot of people try to keep it an hour. Did you like having the constraints of I need to cut it down. I need to make sure I have the best hour here.
Well, you're a comedian too, so when we have to kill jokes, it's like killing one of our our special things.
But I will say I don't know if you feel this way. Like it's hard in the moment, but then when I actually watch it, I'm like I don't miss it.
That's how it was at SNL.
Yeah.
Whenever we would do updates, and then they would have to cut. Josh, by the way, is the best cutter ever.
Josh Patton.
Yes, one of the best cutters in the business.
Yeah.
Him and Brian Tucker, best cutters in the business because they made it not as hard.
Yeah.
But when you're cutting it, I learned at SNL, it makes it so clean.
Yep.
It makes it so much cleaner. And I didn't get that because I'm a stand-up. And when you're doing stand-up, you're used to adding all the extra little this, and this.
Yep.
But when you're on an update in a desk, it is more cleaner.
And it's also thrilling when you just did it, a few hours ago at Dress, and now you're coming in with just the best stuff.
Right.
You just kind of just shot out of a cannon.
It took me a while to learn that, babe, because I was just like, you killing the best joke. And then at the end, I'd be like, damn, I didn't even need that joke.
It is always so wonderful to have you here. Baby. Congratulations on the new special. You guys, is there anyone quite like Leslie Jones? Life Part 2 premieres Friday on Peacock. We'll be right back with Amelia de Moldenberg.